So one of the most popular verses in the Bible is Philippians 4:13 that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that is a great verse. But sometimes this verse does get taken out of context. Here in America, we almost kind of turn that verse into whatever I decide I want to do, Jesus is going to give me the strength to do it, whether it be to become famous or become some star sports player or whatever that means. That is not necessarily the context of this verse. So this is Paul writing this while he's in prison, so let's think about that. And then if we look down at verses 11 through 12, we get a better idea of what Paul is talking about here. He says, not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So here Paul's in prison. He's saying, I've had lots, I've had a little, I've been hungry, I've had plenty of food, but because of the strength that Christ gives me, I can be content. Because Paul understands the temptation to be in a situation and to not be content, to not be grateful, and to constantly be wanting more, wanting more. The 10th commandment that God gave Moses was not to covet. And in America, sadly today, a great temptation that's caused a lot of times by social media is this constant comparison, constant covetousness of, I see this person, they just got this car, they live in this house, they go on this vacation, whatever that may be, and it breeds and creates non-contentment in people. So when we think about the context of this verse, we can realize the temptation that materialism brings. But here's Paul saying, no matter what situation that you're in, no matter where God has you, because as believers, if you're a believer, the purpose of your life, the purpose of my life, is to live for the glory of God and say, okay, God, whatever you have for my life, use me to bring glory to you, no matter what trial you have to bring me through or what hard times you have to bring my way. Whatever it takes for my life to bring your glory, send it on. And that's how we should be living as Christians. And Paul's saying, no matter what, wherever God has you, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And to kind of go back to the anxiety comparison piece that social media can bring. If you go back in chapter 4 to verse 6, Paul says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. We live in a very anxious world, and contentment is the cure for anxiousness. Be thankful for where God has you. He does not make mistakes, and He has you right where you need to be. So trust God and go live for Jesus. Thank y'all.